Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is Director's Wheelchair Productions, bringing you behind the scenes for another peek into the process. Today, we'll be taking a look at my custom Marvel Legends Shadowcat, based primarily on her appearance in X-Men Evolution. I chose that look for a few reasons. First, I'm not a huge fan of any of the existing Kitty Pryde figures Marvel Legends has produced. So far, we only have the Shadowcat from the Excalibur 3 pack, the Astonishing X-Men Shadowcat, and the Age of Apocalypse Kitty Pryde. If I had to choose one of the three to add to my collection, it'd be the Shadowcat from the Excalibur 3 pack, as her outfit is unique, distinct, and portrays her as a more mature and experienced X-Man, even if the outfit is a bit dated. Second, as I looked not only through figures, but comics and animated portrayals of Shadowcat, I came to the realization that, in my opinion, Shadowcat's costume is either underdesigned or overdesigned in most cases. Either she's wearing a basic X-Men Initiate uniform, or she's a straight-up ninja. And don't even get me started on the Fox Studio Trilogy suit. And I say this with no disrespect to the artists who designed or animated the character. It's just that they're not my cup of tea. And I get it. In many cases of her portrayal in media, she's either a point of view character or a supporting character, hence the initiate look, or in her fully realized portrayals, she's undergone major growth and training, leaning into her unique stealth abilities and training from Wolverine, hence the ninja look. But either way, I think Shadowcat has been around long enough to look like an experienced X-Man, not an initiate, and certainly not a ninja. And if collectors want to add her to their shelves with her fellow mutants, they should have more options than the ones available. But why choose this look in particular, I hear you ask? First, I grew up on X-Men Evolution. This Shadowcat design is the one that comes to mind first when I think of the character. Is that bias? Sure. Do I care? Nope. It's my figure, and I can cry if I want to. Second, nostalgia isn't the only thing at play here. I genuinely enjoy Kitty's design in that show. It's sleek, a touch playful, and incorporates the classic X-Men yellow and blue in a way that doesn't dominate the design, with most of her outfit being black, allowing it to look at least a bit stealthy. All in all, I think it's a perfect aesthetic middle ground between Initiate, X-Man, and Stealth Operative. Now, let's get into the process. I bought an all-black female Marvel Legends body from eBay, which came with 3 pairs of hands, 2 of which were black as well. I also bought a pair of wrist cuffs and a 3D printed Insomniac Spider-Man Black Cat head sculpt. I wanted my Shadowcat to have a mask, as an homage to her Excalibur look, and Felicia's hairstyle in Marvel's Spider-Man is the same as Kitty Pryde's in X-Men Evolution, just longer, which for me was a win-win. Finally, I already had an X-Men belt in my fodder bin that I got from my Marvel Legends Shuri Black Panther, which I had used to make my custom Cassandra Cain Batgirl. I used my Vallejo white acrylic primer to paint a vertical streak through the middle of the torso, and applied it to the hands, cuffs, belt, shins, and feet. I used my Krylon white primer to prime the head sculpt white, and let everything sit for 24 hours so the primer could set. The next day, I went on to painting the torso and boots with a mix of Vallejo fluorescent blue, blue-gray, and white. For the head sculpt, I painted the hair with a mix of Vallejo mahogany brown and black, the skin with a mix of Vallejo light flesh, dark flesh, and pink, the lips with a mix of Vallejo pink and white, and the mask with the Vallejo fluorescent blue. And I used a Gundam Fine Point GM01 marker for the eyelashes and irises, making painting her eyes much easier. Shout out to BB Metalhead04 for making that suggestion. For the gloves and belt, I used a mix of Vallejo white and Daler Rowney Simply Acrylic medium yellow. For the X logo on the belt, I used Vallejo Carmine Red and Black. After letting everything dry, I sealed everything with my Tamiya Color Matte acrylic finish and assembled the figure. And here's the result. I'm really satisfied with this figure. It looks like a more experienced Shadowcat from the Evolution series without the all leather kind of spy look that she had at the epilogue of the series. And I really enjoy having her on my display with the rest of my X-Men. Part of me wishes I got a figure with a collar so it'd look even more like the Shadowcat I used for reference, but I realize now that her hair would probably get in the way of articulating the head. All in all, I believe this figure, this custom, is a success. I hope you enjoyed this peek into the process. Please, like the video if you like the video, leave a comment, share your thoughts, and subscribe if you're new for more custom, collection, and stop-motion content. This is Director's Wheelchair Productions signing off. Stay blessed, stay strong, stay tuned, and as always, enjoy the action. I'll catch you all later.